Hello and welcome to NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez. First thing we got is today's matchups, and our first matchup is Deron Williams versus Rajon Rondo, two All-Star point guards. Deron Williams plays for the New Jersey Nets. He was traded to New Jersey from Utah earlier this season. And Rajon Rondo is the starting point guard for the Boston Celtics. Um, Rajon Rondo doesn't have the same kind of outside shot that Deron Williams has. Rajon Rondo is probably a better passer than Deron Williams is, but I don't know that he is the better overall player. Deron Williams gets a lot of assists. Um, I believe that these two players might be the two best passers. Not the two best point guards, but the two best passers in the league right now. I'm going to give this matchup to Deron Williams because he's a little bit underrated, I think. And I think that I think that he is more all around better. Rajon Rondo might be a slightly better passer even than Deron Williams is, but I think Deron Williams is the more talented point guard. Next matchup is Carmelo Anthony versus LaMarcus Aldridge. Uh, I decided to talk about this matchup because LaMarcus Aldridge made the All NBA third team this year. Carmelo didn't make any of the All NBA teams, and that's why I wanted to do this matchup to really talk about who is better and whether Carmelo is actually better than LaMarcus Aldridge and deserved to make the All NBA third team at least. Carmelo, he's a great offensive threat. He was traded along with teammate Chauncey Billups from Denver to New York this season, and he made an impact on New York. He didn't make a huge impact, but he was dealt later in the season, obviously before the trade deadline. But still, he didn't have as much time. He didn't have much time to get adjusted to Mike D'Antoni's system, like Amari did. But he did make a slight impact on the New York team. Obviously, they were swept in the first round by Boston in the playoffs, but it could have been worse without Carmelo. LaMarcus Aldridge, his team was beat by eventual champions Dallas Mavericks in the first round of the playoffs. He's starting power forward for the Portland Trailblazers. I have to admit, on my bracket, I picked Portland to win that series in the first round. Didn't happen. My bracket was completely screwed up because I had Hawks and Thunder in the finals, but that's a whole nother story. But LaMarcus Aldridge, he's very he can do a lot of things. He's good in the post. He can really help your team. Was kind of an all-star snub this year. Didn't make the all-star team. Carmelo was an all-star starter in the West. Obviously, he can't play for the West team anymore as he is in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks are in the Eastern Conference. I'm gonna give this matchup to LaMarcus Aldridge because he plays defense. So I think they made the right choice by voting him into the All NBA third team over Carmelo because Carmelo is a sick offensive threat. I mean, any team's gonna be scared of Carmelo when they have to play the Knicks, cause you're gonna have to work on playing defense on him. But Carmelo doesn't play. I have to admit, Carmelo does not play that much defense, and LaMarcus Aldridge plays both offense and defense. So he might not be the offensive threat that Carmelo is, but he's a more versatile. And as you've seen from past today's matchups, I oftentimes pick the player with more versatility, and that's LaMarcus here. So I'm going to give this matchup to LaMarcus. Let's talk about some NBA headlines, or a NBA headline. Dallas Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle said this about Miami Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra, without being prompted by the media. Rick Carlisle's words were, "Listen, I would say one thing about Miami if I could. I thought Eric Spoelstra had the toughest job in basketball with that team because of the way the team came together and because of the unbelievably high expectations." Thank you for watching NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez, and I will see you next time.